Hi, my name is Abby and I'm from Catalyst School of Ministry and I'll be talking about faith. And the verse I got is 2 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 7, which says, walk by faith, not by sight. And sometimes we can be so fixated on what we see or what we don't see that we tend to not walk in that faith. And that's hard for people to do because we see everything. We see plants, trees, whatever, but walking in faith and trusting the Lord, it is prosperous and fruitful for us. And so I have illustrations for you, and there are two things. They're my favorite things in the world, and they're my plants. And one of them is named Bob, and one of them is named Bob Potato. And their names are similar, but they're different because one of them is a potato. But let me talk about Bob, the first one. And I personally prayed over them. I prayed over Bob. I prayed over and spoke life into them and had faith that God was gonna help him grow. And it's been almost a year now, and he's been growing strong and beautiful as I kept speaking to him. Now, Bob Potato was a little different story. I had him in the summer, and he grew a little bit because I spoke a little bit, but then as time went by, I stopped speaking to him in faith and praying with him, and I neglected him, and he slowly died. And so what I'm trying to say is as you're walking into your faith, trusting God, speak life into those things and walk in faith and through that time of darkness or that storm you're in. And so I like to go to a verse, James 1:22, verse 22 through 23. But be doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving yourselves, because if anyone is a hearer of the word but not doers, he is like someone looking at his own face in the mirror. Verse 24, I'm going to also read that one too. For he looks at himself, goes away, and immediately forgets what kind of person he was. Our identity is from God, and when we spend time with God. And so when you read God's word, or you hear a preacher speaking about God's word, and you don't do it, you're not fulfilling the purpose you have. You're gonna forget your purpose. And there's another verse in 2 Corinthians 4:13 that says, and since we have the same spirit of faith, speak with what is written, I believe, therefore I speak. We also believe and therefore speak. So with James, it talked about how if you hear the word but not do it, which to me is like if you don't speak in faith of what you believe in, which is the truth, God's word, then you don't have any identity, you don't know yourself, or you don't believe that God can help you in the situation. But for 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 13, it's saying, since I believe in faith of the word, I'll speak and believe it. And so, and even though times are hard and struggles, you can rejoice because in James 1, verse 2 through 4, it says, consider it great joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you experience various trials, because you know that the testing of your faith produces endurance, and letting endurance have the full effect of that, so that you may be mature and complete, lacking nothing. And I looked up what endurance meant, and it means fact or power. So by rejoicing in those times of trials, and trusting God, you produce power over your faith. You'll keep growing. Well, that's all I have. Have a good day, guys. Bye.